Shalom to that, giving all praise and honor, glory to Yahweh Hashem El Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh, and give it up honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who well, peace and salutation to the elect, Shemel Moppas and Moppa from the Great Millstone, Plain Tables Camp of Philadelphia, coming with another week lesson, and of course, prophecy, year 2025, hopeful year of the deliverance of Jacob and the destruction and judgment of Esau, Edom, okay, who is the rogue man. Alright, claims to be white, but it's not. Alright, it's Adawam or red. Now, you have it. And another big news that's going on, which, hey, a lot of this most likely was written in legislation, alright, that has been presently passed and put in policy and such. And, it's just, or put to be policy, it is policy. But it's just now about to be enforced. And, the big, beautiful bill, which contained a lot of, the draconian measures and measures that many people who depend on, the government to run with giving them all these different assistance, government assistance, and no longer gonna be able to receive it as they have been before, if not just being completely cut off. All right, so you have it, Social Security, which is work insurance. All right, and you have Medicare. All right, will shut down the shutdown in these programs. Okay. You have it where, Social Security, Social Security is funded primarily by payroll taxes, right? Paid by workers and their employers, okay? And, you have a lack of people even working anyway, okay? So, you have a lot of these people taking, each year, huge amounts of money. All right, you could get the specifics, and they just can't keep that up. The debt cannot continue to just compound up. We're at the end of it. All right, so we have where it's the great reset going on of everything, and people thought that everything was going to go back to normal, and it's not. And also you had the Medicare, which Medicare, usually provides insurance, okay, Medicare is a federal health insurance program for people 65 or older, or people younger than 65 and older with 60 or under younger than 65. Pardon me, with certain disabilities. You can go into it. Different parts of it. Okay. Which I'm not going into it too much, but basically it's insurance, making things people able to get able access to it, but all of that's becoming all changed. Okay. Families serving in the military, as part of the Dependents Medical Care Act. Okay. You just go into it on your own. Let's just get into this, though.
I hate to say it, but President Trump has just warned millions of Americans that Social Security and Medicare are going to be gone. Now, what does it mean by this? Who's this going to impact? And does that mean Social Security recipients and Medicare recipients are going to be impacted in the very near future? Well, we're going to talk about that in today's video. I'm going to explain what's going on and why this warning was put out there. But before I do, if you enjoy these daily updates, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button, And now let's begin. Look at this. It says Social Security and Medicare are going to be gone, Donald Trump warns. Now, what does he mean? Well, let's read it. It says right here, Donald Trump warned Tuesday that if Democrats don't approve funding to the future of Social Security and Medicare. Trump said at a press conference that when he asked Democrats for feedback on the funding bill, one said it means death. Well, he says there's nothing about death. There is death because they're going to lose Medicaid. They're going to lose Social Security. They're going to lose Medicare. All those things are going to be gone because the whole country would be bankrupt. And you're not going to have any kind of medical insurance. Now, that response was because President Trump says Democrats are the reason why the government is currently shut down. Now, we can argue whether it's Democrats, it's Republicans.
Now, they're telling you any and everything to hide the fact that it's the end of the rulership of E. Okay? That's where we're at, and with it comes them trying to establish the N to the W to the O. Okay? And with it, life as how you used to have it is going to be changed. You know, if you want to receive different benefits, you're going to have to completely reverence the beast. All right, the image of the beast. This new Roman system. Okay, Roman system, because it's in the image of the ancient Roman system. All right, and that involves idolatry, adultery, lies, robbery. Okay, coveting, and of course, everything that is sinful and against the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. Okay, that's what everything is boiling down to. Okay, that's why they would give you, these different stipulations. Okay, at first. Okay, and there's gonna be these requirements at the end for people. Okay, and that's what it's all about, man. All right, so let me just get Isaiah real quick. Isaiah, the 32nd chapter. All right, and it says here, Isaiah 32:5, it says, "The vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the child said to be bountiful." All right, the wicked. Okay, this is dealing all with the wicked. All right, dealing with the vilest person on the earth versus Adawam. Okay, the wheat man. All right, are the rogue man. All right, that nation. Okay, which via the rulership of Nero 47, you have this cruel lord. Okay, cutting a lot of things off. All right, through legislation. Okay, and policies, and a lot of people are going to be missing out on a lot of benefits. All right, but that's their judgment. All right, especially you of the house of Israel, because the judgment is beginning at you. All right, as the scriptures say, judgment will begin at the house of Israel. All right, dealing with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, this is in 1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, and if it begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Okay, it's gonna be horrid. All right, those that are not worshipers of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, the true, almighty, power of the heaven and earth and all that have been created. All right, invisible and invisible. All right, if you're not an Israelite and you're not in this truth, all right, you have a great judgment coming for you. All right, and here in America, the greatest place of judgment, okay, which is going to be a great example or those that do wickedly, what not to do and what not to be. Okay? People have been so proud they're not going to get visited. Oh, I don't have to pay for nothing. Everything's being covered by, the liberal man. Hey, he's no more being called liberal or bountiful. All right? He's no more, giving you the generous programs that he had available for you. Okay? And you put your trust in oppression as it goes into as well. All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and 22. Woe to them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink. All right, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. All right, and the Edomites do definitely take the righteousness of the Israelites from them, by making them believe in their ways instead of their own ways. All right. Most of our people don't even trust in the truth. Okay, they see it as if we're coming with some corrupt water. Okay, which we're coming with the true water, the living water. All right, let's go back.
Republicans, it's both, doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, what matters is that right now there is a big hit on our entire economy. Okay, hundreds of thousands of federal workers have been furloughed. Okay, thousands have been laid off. The economic hit because of this government shutdown is massive. We are losing billions of dollars a day just from our GDP. Now, here's the issue. President Trump says if the United States goes bankrupt, then we lose everything. And we would. You'd have no Social Security benefits. You'd have no health care. There'd be nothing. Food assistance, gone. Everything, gone. So this is extremely important. This is now, I believe, the second largest government shutdown we have seen. Okay, we're currently, 22 days into this government shutdown?
Just like
in
that.
the next 12 days, we are going to tie the longest shutdown in history, which was back between 2018 and extended into 2019. But here's the thing.
And you barely got people begging, okay?
Right now, there's a lot of discussions of how we can open the federal government. Look at this. It says U.S. Republicans and Democrats float new tactics amid government shutdown. And they're floating new ideas. The problem is these ideas are not getting anywhere. Okay? Here's the issue. Let me just explain this, how this is going to work out. Let's say the federal government stays shut down for another 12 days, which, according to reports, it would likely be shut down. Okay, today's the 22nd until the 31st. That is, 9 days away. Okay? The reason they're saying this is because they don't believe that the President Trump or the Republican Party are going to accept the fact that many military personnel will not be paid. Because Speaker Mike Johnson has already said that if we do not see the government open up by November 1st, military personnel will not be paid because they do not have the money. We also learned that SNAP benefits will not be paid out come November 1st. Okay, that's millions of people. Okay, tens of millions of people are going to be without any food assistance.
And people go snap when the snap is snapped off. All right? Military ain't getting paid. That's all nightmare. Okay, scenario. Okay, a lot of people that a lot of people that protect this country, so-called, as they would say, have believed and bled for this country, people working for this country, not getting paid. That's not gonna be good. All right. Let me see 1 second. And this is a beautiful thing that we're getting to see right now too, because we're getting to see the fall of our enemies. All right, and I was gonna find this other scripture, but it escapes me. It goes into like one of the biggest. Oh, here it is. I think it is. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25 and 2. 3 sorts of men my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar. That's of course E. And an old adulterer that doteth. Okay. And they always talk about too about like a mighty man that, like mighty men and such that, suffered some of the things that they gotta suffer. I can't find it. Okay. But another time. But this is a nightmare scenario. Okay, they're telling you that they're in debt. Okay, and ultimately they have been in debt. They keep on pushing these different spending bills and keep pushing the can out of the road. But then the can is not pushing down the road any further, and just people just gonna get cut off, and they're gonna lament. And more prophecies are gonna happen. All right. Isaiah 32 and 7. The instruments also are the instruments dealing with the various you have it in this case these different plans, okay, that they implement and such. All right. And of the troll are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. A lot of people have believed in maybe even being taken care always by the government, no matter what. You can't believe it, are always receiving these benefits. Social Security gonna last forever. Medicare gonna last forever. Plan A, Plan B, C, B, D, F. It says, even when the needy speaketh right. Okay? Now, I'm going to go on.
And if that happens, again, that's a huge problem. But how do we fix it? Well, that's what people don't know. But here's what I can tell you. Okay? In regards to Social Security and Medicare, they say if revenue drops because of an economic slowdown, again, this is what's happening right now. We're in the middle of an economic slowdown.
Yeah, because a lot of things is being pushed back. And like I said, the economy, like people don't have money as what they used to be. Job numbers, people ain't working as much as what they work. No matter if they doctor up the numbers or not. Okay. They pump more money into the economy. Things are just not what they used to be.
It says, or obligations rise, okay? Policymakers must face pressure or may face pressure to either raise tax revenue or reduce benefits or reduce cost of growth.
With more taxes, more money out of you workers, taxpayers' money, and that leaves more people unable to really afford their cost of living, their lifestyles. Okay?
Which means a slower cost of living adjustment. Again, we know in the next 2 days, on the 24th, we are going to learn what is the Social Security cost of living adjustment for 2026. Everyone's expecting 2.7 to 2.8%. But in future years, we may see this come down even lower, where you don't get that kind of a benefit. It gets reduced because the federal government cannot keep up with this. They also say a prolonged shutdown could hamper confidence, delay necessary data, interfere with planning, and possibly lead...
Yeah, buyers' confidence and such like that. People are not hopeful in the future. They're going to hold on to their money. But holding on to the money while their money it loses value as the day is not good. All right. So, scriptures say, Isaiah 32, all right, they say, for America, all right, and we can double it and have it, go for you women too, all right. And it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Okay, Babylon the Great, America has been, okay, at ease, all right, at quiet, and it has been wanton, all right, being undisciplined, okay, the amount of spending, okay, being done, okay, no matter what, okay, let's just keep passing these spending bills, and don't worry, we'll figure it out later. We are at later, okay, we're at the end. It says, give ear on my sheets, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, the gather shall not come. Okay? Hey, man, you're seeing it. The gather, the collection is not coming. You had with America these different aid packages. Hey, they're not coming no more, man. Where you can, benefit off of having all of these different programs, the Social Security, the Medicare, the WIC, the EBT benefits, the child health care, the child care, all of these different things, okay? Section 8, man, if I mention it, they're coming for all of that, all these programs, the grants, all of that. They're going to be cutting off all of these different things that they cannot afford anymore, and coming with the new reset with the digital system with the C-HIP, all right?
To catch up pressures. For instance, okay, the cost of living adjustment announcement. This has already been delayed. Okay? Now, here's the problem. We are currently shut down, which means there are so many different agencies that are not working. Yeah. Only the essential workers are at their jobs. The problem is there are so many people that are relying on these agencies to give them information to so that they can go and report it to another agency, so they can get benefits and do this and do that and actually have a life. Well, they may not be able to do any of that stuff. All these different agencies that are shut down, this is going to hurt millions of people.
It's already hurting. All right, there's bureaucracy.
But
these offices.
Get back to this, okay? Why does what President Trump just said, why does it matter? Okay, look at this. It says Donald Trump issues warning to Social Security and Medicare. What we know. Trump warned at a press conference that if an agreement is not reached with the Democrats, programs like Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare will be in danger. There are currently no changes to Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid as the government shutdown, which has reached its third week. Yeah, as of yesterday. The president added of Democrats, we will not be extorted on this crazy part of this. They've never done this before. Nobody has. You always vote for an extension. Goes on to says the White House spokesperson Abigail Johnson told Newsweek in a statement on Tuesday, Democrats chose to shut down the government because they want to give free health care to illegal aliens. They can choose to reopen the government at any point by supporting the bipartisan CR they voted for just 6 months ago. The Trump administration is working day and night to mitigate the pain Democrats are causing.
They're just making it all, about the two parties, but the two parties, and the Democrats and the Republicans are two means to the same end, okay? All right? Americans are in trouble. This is going to bring forth a lot of different prophecy. All right? Egyptian versus Egyptian, definitely. All right? Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, you Americans are the modern day Egyptians. Your pharaoh is your, your Edomite president. All right, ruling the commanding chief. All right, your chief emperor. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of different struggles, skirmishes going on. All right, and it's failing here. All right. This is also Isaiah chapter 19 and 15. It says, neither shall there be any work in Egypt or America. All right. This is known as Sodom and Egypt spiritually, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Okay. And in that day, Egypt or America shall be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which shaketh over it. Okay? These prophecies just speak clear, and it's being made plain upon tables. Alright? So, best thing to do is flee, because, flee from, the belief in and believe in your power if you're an Israelite. Alright? Because as it say, Habakkuk 2 and 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in it, but the just shall live by his faith. They keep telling you that, it's the Democrats. Meanwhile, you have many of these various politicians off, okay, on vacation and such, getting paid while the federal government apparently is supposed to be shut down. All right. Who get paid during the government shutdown? U.S. politicians continue to get paid, even during a federal government shutdown. The compensation for members of Congress is governed by the Constitution. It's paid through a permanent appropriation, meaning it is not affected by annual funding process. Yeah, each annual year they got to pay, all right, and make a certain spending bill apparently. Okay? But that has nothing to do with that. The president's salary is guaranteed by the Constitution. Okay? The leadership, the Speaker of the House, the minority members, President pro tempore of the Senate. Okay? Members of Congress still receive their paychecks. Okay? Unlike other federal employees who are furloughed or work without pay until a budget is passed, man. So it's heavy. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. Hey, this place is finished. Shalom to the elect.